Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. Now this time what we've got is this classic Battenberg cake. Absolutely beautiful Battenberg cake covered in marzipan, really delicious and dead simple to make. We've got everything we need to make it over here. I'm going to run through, tell you exactly what we've got, the quantities and the costs of this. To begin with, we have 200 grams of unsalted butter which has been softened, and that is £1.56. We've got 200 grams of sugar at 24 pence. We got 200 grams of self-raising flour at 10 pence. We got 4 eggs at 48 pence. We got 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract at 12 pence. We got 2 tablespoons of jam at about 15 pence. We've got half a teaspoon of red food colouring, it's about 4 pence. And we've got 1 pack of ready-made marzipan, and that was quite expensive at £2.44. So the whole cost of this cake is £5.13. Not exactly sure how many slices we'll get out of that, but I'll count them up towards the end. Right, first thing to do is prepare the cake batter. The first thing we want is the sugar into this jug. Can do this in a bowl. I prefer to do it in a jug because I'm going to use an electric hand whisk to whisk this all together, and it does tend to jump about a bit in the bowl, which is why I'm using this jug. Right, that's the butter and sugar in. Now what we're going to do is just whisk all this together until it's a nice creamy consistency. And after a couple of minutes of whisking, it should look like this. Now we're going to add the eggs. And I'm just going to add these one at a time and then whisk them in. There's the first one. And I'll continue this same thing with each egg until we have all 4 whisked in. Okay, and after a few minutes of whisking and all of the eggs beaten into there, this is what we have in the jug. Now I'm going to transfer this to a bowl and we'll get on with getting the flour into this. Okay, so first of all we'll get all of this out into the bowl. The vanilla at this point. Oh, just a teaspoon left in there. That will do it. So we'll just quickly mix that in. And now what we want to do is fold the flour into this mixture. We don't want to overdo it here with this. Just put half the flour in and then gently mix that into the eggs and butter and sugar mix. All right, get the rest of it in. That is looking good. Now we want to divide this in half, and the best way to do that is going to be to weigh it. Right, so here I have my scales. I've put the jug on here and I've zeroed it. And now what I'm going to do is just transfer all of this into the jug. And that tells us that we have 700 grams of cake mix. So knowing that, I've put another jug on there and I'll zero that. And now we want 350 grams into this other jug, and that will be our 2 halves of the mix. There it is. That's about 350 in there, and it will also be about 350 in here. So we can now prepare the tins for these. So I've greased both of these tins, and I'll put this piece of greaseproof paper in the bottom of the tin, just so we have some lugs here to pick it up and get it out with easily. That's that one. So I'm going to just stick a touch of that red food colouring in there. I think there's a little bit too much there. Just a little bit of red food colouring. We'll mix that in, see what it looks like. If we need a little more, we can always add a little more. Yes, that's looking good. Fairly dark pink colour, a nice sort of yellowy colour for the one just left plain. Now, what we want to do is get these into the loaf tins. And we'll just flatten them out best we can. I'm just going to clean these utensils so we'll get a nice clean, unreddened one in this other tin. And with them cleaned up, we can just get this into this tin and again straighten out a little bit on top and they will be ready for the oven. And hopefully this will make a delicious light sponge, which we can then shape to make our classic Battenberg cake. Spread that around, get it right into the corners there, and then just try to flatten it off a little. Again, it doesn't have to be like a snooker table. It will sort itself out once it gets some heat. There, that's looking good, I think. Right, as I say, these are going into an oven at 170 degrees, and they'll stay in there for about 20-25 minutes. So I'll stick them in now and we'll see what we get. Okay, and after about 25 minutes, these are both looking absolutely fantastic. And if we take a skewer, that's coming out clean out of both of them. So they are done. Now what I'm going to do is set them aside and let them cool, and then we'll get into actually shaping these. Okay, so I have both of our cakes, which have cooled somewhat at this point. And now what we want to do is make these into rectangles or oblongs. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to cut this in half first, like that. Looking good, looking really nice. And then I think what I'll do is I'll cut it about here. And obviously these will be saved and eaten. Now I'm going to turn it on its side, if I can. I'm going to cut that just there. Very good. And then we want to get this piece more or less the same. So that's about it there. So again, we'll cut that off there. These are still a little warm. You could leave them actually a little longer, and it would probably make this job a little bit easier. But one just has to be careful with it. There we are. Right, that's that one. Looking good. Now, we want to do the same with this. So first of all, we'll cut it in half. And again, we want to get that to about the same width as that, which may be a trick, but let's have a look, see if we can do it. That's going to be about there. Right, so we'll cut this off. Very good. And similarly, what we want to do, well, it's not quite done now, but that's okay because that is getting cut off. We'll cut that down there. But as I say, all of this is good for eating. We're definitely not going to just discard that. And now, same with this one. Let me see, I'll put this one beside it just as a guide. That's about there. Very good. And then, well, that about there. Okay, so those are the 4 pieces that we're going to be using, and I think the way I'll do this is just make sure they're looking good. There's a little bit of an angle on that one, but does that bother me? Not overly, no. I'll be able to sort that out. Right, so having them like this, what we're going to do now is put a layer of jam on some of them to sort of stick them together. I'll do this one first. And this is just a raspberry jam I'm using. Any jam would do, really. It's just really as a binding agent and to give it that little bit more sweetness. Right, that being done, I'll now take this one and I'll put that on top of there. And we shall get this one on top. Now, I can lie that over. and put jam right the way down this side here. And then we'll take this way around and put it on top. That is looking good. Right, I'm going to put this back on the rack and just allow it to cool a little more. And whilst it's doing that, I'm going to roll out the marzipan. Here is a block of what they call golden marzipan. For this cake, you could just use the straight white marzipan if you wanted to, and you could indeed make your own, but it works out quite expensive no matter how you do this with marzipan, really, because you're using a lot of almonds, which are not cheap these days, and it's probably worth doing to have a go, you know. But as I say, there's not that much of a cost saving in it. This is a little bit of icing sugar I'm putting on here, and what I'm going to do is just start rolling out this marzipan. This has been sitting in the kitchen for a while, although it's not the warmest day in the kitchen today, I've got to say, so this may be a little bit of a job, but we will get there. Cake round's about 3 inches square, so we want about 12 inches, and that is going to be sufficient. This is good. So once again, we will spin that round. That's quite a thick piece of marzipan on there. This is going to be a beautiful Battenberg. And now what we want to do is get some of the jam onto this marzipan. Again, an offset spatula or even a brush might be an easier option here, but I'm just using this knife because that's what I have to hand. That is looking good. Now, we'll bring my cake back over. There for now, and see if we can lift the whole thing and plonk it on the marzipan. Looking good. Now what we're going to do is just fold that over there and fold the top over. Then we'll fold this side up like this and there. Right. Now we're just going to trim that a little along the top here, nip it together, and we're almost there. Put the top piece off, and I've just nipped that together along the seam, and now we're going to flip that over like so. Make sure that's really nice and tightly pressed down, and then we want to take a slice off this end and we'll take this slice off this end. There's a bit of the marzipan left. There's a little bit of the offcuts of the cake here. What we'll do, I think, with me granddaughter Isla, what we'll do is maybe make some animal shapes or something out of these later, and they will be a beautiful little treat. There's one absolutely beautiful Battenberg cake, looking pretty good. Not quite as square as it could be, but you know. Now, there's, as I said earlier, I'd look at how many slices we'll get out of this so we can price it per slice. I'm going to say you're going to get 8 really substantial slices out of that, and there's a load of offcuts which we can use to make little marzipan and cakey treats with. So, very good. Give me one moment, I'm going to cut into this and I'm going to taste it. Here we go, folks, look at this. This is a homemade Battenberg cake. It looks absolutely delicious. Smell excellent coming out of the oven there. Nice light sponge, held together with the jam, and a good helping of marzipan right the way around the outside. That is a classic dish. Right, let's have a taste. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Straight away that classic taste, you know. Beautiful light sponge with the sweetness of the marzipan and the gooiness of it. An absolute classic. Battenberg. Delicious. As I say, that was quite expensive to make. That was £5.13 for the cake. I'm absolutely sure you can buy them cheaper in the shop, so I can hardly claim baking on a budget for this one. But it's a really delicious cake. Really worth having a go. And I'm saying that, you see, but there's quite a bit of leftovers from it, which could make other dishes, little sweets, marzipan shapes, etc, etc. So it's not just the cake we're getting out of that. But the cake itself, let me tell you, absolutely beautiful. That would be great with a strong cup of coffee. So there it is, how to make a classic Battenberg cake. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. So there it is, how to make a classic Battenberg cake. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more recipes like this in the future, always very simple recipes to do, generally very inexpensive, then please do consider subscribing to the channel. Many more recipes to come. In the meantime, I'm going to finish off the rest of this Battenberg cake, and I thank you very much for watching.